Hey guys, it's Jay and welcome back to another exciting episode of Foodie Friday. Now today we're focusing on chia. That's right, if you hear that word you might think of little planters that you could buy at the store in the shape of your favorite celebrity, animal, pretty much anything that you would rub this paste on and it would grow these green shoots up out of it. That is chia, same thing, but we're focusing on chia seeds today. Even though you can eat the sprouts and the seeds, it's all good, but let's get into it. So we ate these almost every day for breakfast on board Volendam, but what are chia seeds? Chia seeds are tiny, nutrient-dense seeds from the mint family that are a good source of fiber, protein, omega-3 fatty acids, and minerals like calcium and magnesium. They can be eaten raw, soaked to form a gel, or used as an egg substitute in baking. Thanks, Google. Oh, also, to avoid digestive issues, it's important to drink plenty of water when consuming chia seeds, especially if they haven't been pre-soaked. Well, we are pre-soaking ours today. It's a little bit more of a preparation video instead of a cooking video, but still. So let's start off by showing how we typically make a big batch of what I refer to as chia pudding. So in a moderately sized plastic container, we will add 1/2 cup of chia seeds, 2 cups of water. Now the standard ratio for this is 4:1, but we found that we kind of like the consistency when we sneak in an extra part, so basically 5:1, so throw in another 1/2 cup of water if you kind of want to stretch it a little further. We just give these a good stir, stir, stir. They're not going to mix in too well right now. Slap the lid on and into the fridge it goes. So while those are in the fridge, let's do a couple of experiments because really, chia, it has sort of a very herbal smell and kind of a nutty taste, but it really takes on the flavor of whatever you put it in. So obviously putting it in water, it's going to taste like chia, and that's not everybody's cup of tea. If you put them in a cup of tea, I guess it'll taste like tea. Anyway, I digress. So let's try some alternate liquids, shall we? We're going to try some vanilla almond milk. This is the unsweetened variety. And some chocolate milk. We've been getting the Fairlife, not a sponsor. So here is the setup. We're gonna try 4 experiments. So we will add 1 tablespoon of chia seeds to each container, our unsweetened vanilla almond milk, chocolate milk, water. This one we're gonna do the 4 parts to 1 part, and 5 parts to 1 part water, just to see how it goes. Now normally you would stir them around. We're just gonna slap the lids on and put them in the fridge. Let's see what happens. So probably about 4 hours later, I like to pull the big batch out and give that a stir. It sort of helps with clumping later on in the final product. So just zhuzh, zhuzh, zhuzh all around, lid back on, back in fridge. So now, here we are, first thing in the morning. Oh, yawn, yawn. Let's get our container out and I'll show you what we do for breakfast just about every day at home. So here is the container after being in the fridge overnight. We will again stir it and, you know, any sort of clumps you can smush out of there, but just whip some life into it. Got a nice sort of a bloomed, you could say slimy. It's not off-putting, but it's a nice gel consistency. So we'll typically use 1/2 cup of non-fat yogurt. This is vanilla. And 1/4 cup of our prepared mixture on top of that. Now you could add fruit, anything you like to this. A lot of people will make like cute little layered trifles. Ain't nobody got time for that first thing in the morning, but it's a great idea. We usually eat it just like this because I'll typically have oatmeal with peaches in it. Dee will typically have a banana on the side. We add some eggs and stuff like that. Not into the chia, but separately, I must say. And that's where we get our fruit from. But yeah, you can do pretty much anything with this stuff. I guess let's check back in on our experiments while we're at it. Give them a little stir around now. So there we have our almond milk version, which is gonna taste like vanilla almond milk. There is our chocolate milk version, a little thicker because, well, the milk started out thicker. And we've got our 4:1 water version and our 5:1 water version. Not too much difference in consistency, but still, we usually go 5:1. It helps stretch your product out a little further, I guess, you know, save them bucks. And we order our chia seeds on Amazon. I guess I'll put them in our Amazon shop or at least put a link in this video description. Why not? So let's go to our nutritional facts. Let's say this is going to be per tablespoon of chia seeds. So the size of the sample version that you saw me make. And I guess let's go to the register. Bloop, one item really. There it is, chia seeds. So super simple but super versatile and very full of things like fiber. So you want to be very slow when you incorporate these into your diet because sudden changes like that, you know what I mean. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this episode of Foodie Friday. If you have not already, be sure to subscribe to the channel, become a Paromaniac today, socialize all our media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And until next time, rock on.